Hi, I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thank you for watching us tonight. Shooting at Hillary. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. In 1996, Hillary and Chelsea Clinton traveled to Bosnia. At the time, Fox News military analyst Colonel David Hunt was facilitating security there, and Colonel Hunt will join us in a moment. Anyway, last week, Senator Clinton said this about her Bosnia trip.
I remember landing under sniper fire. There was supposed to be some kind of a greeting ceremony at the airport, but instead we just ran with our heads down to get into the vehicles to get to our base.
Wow. But a major problem instantly appeared. Comedian Sinbad was with Mrs. Clinton and contradicted her account. The press jumped on it.
I know you recalled, ducking under sniper fire, and Sinbad, in his account, who was on the trip, he said that the most dangerous part was remembering where he was going to eat next.
He's a comedian, you know, Jeff. He's a comedian.
So you actually recall, hearing gunfire?
There was no greeting ceremony, and we basically were told to run to our cars. Now, that is what happened.
No, not according to everyone on the scene. And now Senator Clinton admits she misspoke. There was no gunfire.
I made a mistake in describing it. I have said many times, I have talked about this many times, that we were, very much told by the Secret Service and the military that we were going into a war zone and that we had to be conscious of that.
Talking Points is dubious because there have been other misstatements. For example, after she met Sir Edmund Hillary in 1995, Mrs. Clinton said she was named after him. One problem. The man became famous in 1953 for climbing Mount Everest. Hillary was born in 1947. In 2006, the senator's campaign said she was not named after Sir Edmund. Now, the key question here is, do you care? Is this stuff important? Only you can make that call. But the story is getting a lot of attention, so much that Mrs. Clinton told the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review, quote, "I was sleep deprived. I misspoke." She also told that paper today she would have left a church that had Reverend Jeremiah Wright as a pastor, deflecting the gotcha game right back to Barack Obama. Now, on the Radio Factor today, most callers were concerned about the Bosnia situation, saying it goes to credibility and honesty. Talking Points believes there is truth to that, and that Senator Clinton has taken a hit, the same kind of hit that Senator Obama took when he initially said he didn't know much about the anti-Americanism of Reverend Wright. Now, both Obama and Clinton have corrected the record, leaving you to decide about them. And that's a memo. Now for the top story tonight, 2 views on this. Joining us from Orlando, Florida, Clinton confidant Lanny Davis. And from Boston, Colonel David Hunt. Okay, so you were over there in Bosnia the day that Hillary Clinton and Chelsea landed. And what were you doing, first of all?
Yeah, I was the tactical advisor to Admiral Snuffy Smith, Leighton Smith. He was the commander-in-chief, the Sink of Bosnia. And I helped coordinate this particular visit and a lot of the VIPs visit, all of them, while I was there for a couple of years.
All right. Now, when you heard that Hillary Clinton said she was under fire, had to run to the car, no welcoming ceremony, and we're looking at the welcoming ceremony right now, when you heard her say that, what went through your mind, first impression?
It's a lie. It's an absolute lie, and it's insulting. We had F-18s overhead, that's Air Force, great Air Force guys. We had attack helicopters. We had 40 tanks. There was an armored division at Tuzla. There were 4,000 armed men, Secret Service and Navy SEALs. There wasn't anybody coughing in the Balkans the day she showed up. And it's insulting to the guys. Did a great job. It was an uneventful visit. It was a good visit for the soldiers, and to lie about it like that is insulting to everybody who worked to make her visit so good.
Why do you say it's a lie? Couldn't she have just got caught up in the moment at Georgetown, which is where she made the statement last week, and just kind of got carried away? Isn't there a difference between a calculated lie? And I don't know if she would do that because she couldn't possibly get away with it. Maybe she just got caught up in the moment, Colonel.
Not 3 times, not 4 times. No, if she's been asked to correct this more than once, this, for me, if you want to be a leader, you don't embellish. The fact that she went to there with her daughter to visit soldiers is a big deal, and everyone was thankful for that. But to lie about it insults those who worked so hard and did protect her that day, and it's insulting. And from a leadership standpoint, you don't have to embellish. Live on the record that you have.
All right.
And it's very telling for me.
What say you, Lanny?
It's disappointing to hear somebody who served our country so honorably with the title of colonel impute the word lie when somebody says honest mistake. I'm sure the person that I honor, who is the Republican nominee, Senator McCain, wasn't lying when he said that al-Qaeda was being trained in Iran and then he realized it was a mistake. This was an honest mistake, and in fact, even though the colonel doesn't have that recollection. The newspaper people at the time, let me quote the Charleston Gazette, protected, a direct quote, by sharpshooters, Hillary Rodham Clinton swooped into a military zone by a Black Hawk helicopter Monday to deliver a thank you, thank you, thank you to U.S. troops, protected by sharpshooters. So if you say it's not true, you may be right, and maybe that's a mistake. But the difference between me and you, Colonel, is I don't accuse you of lying. I say that you made an honest mistake.
Okay, but wait, Colonel, let me debrief Lanny now. Now, look, Lanny, if a woman goes into a war zone or a man and they're shot at, they remember it. Because I've been shot at, the colonel's been shot at. I don't know whether you've been shot at verbally. I don't know whether, but you remember it because your adrenaline rises. It's something that is very traumatic. So it strains credulity to say that this was just a simple misstatement. After the Georgetown remark, she was asked about it by a reporter saying, look, Sinbad was there. He says this didn't happen. Again, she tried to say it did. See, the first time I'm giving you, Lanny, I'm giving you the first time in the speech. Because I give speeches, you guys give speeches. Sometimes we embellish, sometimes it doesn't come out the way we want. So I'm cutting you that slack. But the follow-up, that's where I think there's a legitimate question, Lanny.
Bill, you're entitled to your legitimate questions, and I'm entitled to assume that she made an honest mistake, which I am certain that she did, as I'm certain that Senator McCain did, as I'm certain Senator Obama
but
did.
But McCain corrected it right on the spot.
And it took her about 24 hours to correct this one.
It took a big brouhaha.
And I just read from you an exact quote from a newsman on the scene that contradicted what the colonel sincerely
But that doesn't matter, though, because it's a matter of Hillary Clinton's recollection, not the newsman on the scene.
Excuse me, the newsman has verified that she was protected by sharpshooters in a military zone.
That's not a
and
question.
All the newsmen, and so in her memory, she made an honest mistake.
All right, okay.
The difference between honest mistake and lie.
People are smart enough,
Bill.
Lanny, to either side with Lanny or the colonel. People are smart.
Exactly.
People watch the show are very smart. Now, Colonel, why do you care? Why does it matter? Is it important in the big scheme of things? Why?
Well, there was 4,000. It wasn't just me. There were 4,000 soldiers there, about 150 press. By the way, she didn't come in a helicopter, Lanny. She came in a C-17. She got a helicopter later. The fact is that it's insulting to the people who did a great job that day. And it's, if you want to talk about,
I don't see the insult, Colonel. I see the embellishment of, you know, I'm commander-in-chief and I was under fire. But I don't think she wanted to insult you and the guys. She was she was puffing herself up, Colonel. Come on, you know what she's doing.
The guys worked very, very hard to make this visit as perfect as it went. There was nothing wrong that day.
All right, but that wasn't her intent to insult them. It wasn't.
I'm telling you how I took it, and I'm talking about the lie.
And I respect your opinion, but I'm pretty smart here. Her intent was not to insult the troops. But, Lanny, you're crazy. You're crazy. I got with a big capital C. On the second go-around there, on the Sinbad go-around, she knew. And she was trying to get away with it. I'm going to give Lanny the last word.
Well, Bill, first of all, I don't think you literally mean to accuse me of being crazy. We have a disagreement.
It depends what day.
Secondly, Ronald Reagan repeated over and over again embellished stories about welfare queens that he never met.
Stop, Colonel.
The fact is, Colonel, you like to interrupt and you like to take things personally. The difference between you and me is I respect and honor your service.
No, the difference is I was there.
And don't.
The difference
and
I don't want to
interrupt you. All you know how to do is to yell over people, Colonel, and not be respectful.
He didn't yell over you, Lanny.
Straight up lie.
All right. There you go.
You got in the last cheap shot, Colonel. Congratulations.
Guys, finished now? Can we go to dinner and be friends, please?
Absolutely.
All right. Next on the rundown.